My name is James Samuta. I'm the writer and director of Black Harvest. This is a very interesting project, and but what's most interesting about this project is the quality of filmmakers that came together to make this classic homage to mayhem and violence. But at the same time, at the core of the story, transplant tourism, illegal organ harvesting, and all that.
My name is Amaka Samuel Okon. I'm the producer on Black Harvest. Black Harvest basically is about kidnapping and human trafficking, where foreigners who need organs of different people, different sizes, different age group, come to Africa, precisely Nigeria, to harvest these people for possible sale to their clients, their customers.
My name is Ade Oshin, First Assistant Director on Black Harvest. Black Harvest is a very, very gory film. It's in between horror, thriller, comedy, It's kind of like in between those three genres. It's really, really irregular. I'd say, and I've been saying to people, even before James told me that this film is making itself, James will tell you, who is the writer of the film and the director of photography as well, will tell you that the film wrote him, he didn't write the film. And the same thing happening on set right now is the film is making itself. We are kind of like guidelines for the film itself. It's kind of like the film brought us all here, as all scripts would, but the film is actually making itself through us, because there's so many times we get on set and we plan through the short list about what we want to do, but once the camera gets on the set, the film just takes its own life and then just says, this is how I want it to be shot.
My name is Erin Young Biga, first TC on the movie Black Harvest. Black Harvest is a study material, it's a correctional tool, it's an eye-opener, and the actors have been amazing. Some new ones that you've never seen before and some that you've seen before.
My name is Elvina Baby Ibru, and I am an actor on the set of a movie called Black Harvest. I play a character called Mama Stella. She's been in a very unusual situation in the sense that she's been kidnapped 3 times in less than 2 years. So you can imagine how vulnerable she is, how scared she must be, how confused, how fragile, and how unusual her life must have been in the past couple of years. She has been so used to being kidnapped that even though it's not really something you can get used to, she has somewhat become a little comfortable in this particular environment.
If you ever disrespect me in front of any hostage again, I'll cut your fucking head off!
My name is Kelechi Debwe. I'm an actor, and right now I am playing the character of Jam Jam on the set of Black Harvest. My character Jam Jam is one of the goons. They are into illegal businesses, kidnapping for money. That's what Jam Jam's character is. But Jam Jam is also, as the story unfolds, you find out that Jam Jam is strictly a businessman, but he has a conscience. You see somewhere in the middle of the whole drama, you see more of Jam Jam fighting himself and fighting what he thinks is right or was right. Trying to connect with what he was doing and where he was told that he would be going to. So Jam Jam's conflict came in like this.
My name is Zach Oji. I'm an actor and a filmmaker, and I'm playing the character of the senator in the movie called Black Harvest. The senator is a dealer on organ harvesting, as they say, and this is one of the scenes in the movie where he's discussing with one of the characters in the movie and telling them about the activities of the so-called patients and what the police has been doing to make sure that they get around this criminal activity. It just simply shows that criminality involves not just downtrodden or lowly placed people in the society. It also involves those who are highly placed, who are well regarded in the society. And sometimes you wonder why people go into such activities, knowing fully well that it's a crime against humanity. But then that's human nature. There's a duality in human nature. You see people, they're involved in one thing, but they're also involved in some other negative things. It's just a lesson. Because at the end of the day, you will always reap what you sow.
I go by the name of Nancy Mrs. Hassel, and I play Dr. Winter. It's a very interesting story with so many sudden switches that you don't expect. Any character can switch up any moment to something new, different, and scary, or something surprisingly good. So that's what makes this story unique. First of all, the theme that's talking about Black Harvest is something that we have not really seen in Hollywood before, and that's what really interested me in the first place, to be part of the whole thing. And second thing is like what makes you unique, guys. Like, you really need to watch this movie. The delivery. We have amazing actors on set, okay? So you're really gonna enjoy it.
My name is Greg Teddy Bell J4, and I am here on the set of The Black Harvest, and I am playing Dr. Fash. Now, Dr. Fash in this story is a very sinister character. He engages in some very unorthodox practices. He is a very important member of the gang here because of the services he renders. He is a bit of a weirdo, intelligent, but very, very messed up in psyche. Aside that, he's also a very bad guy. Very bad guy.
My name is Lavina Verma, and I'm playing a role of Dahlia in the movie Black Harvest. Dahlia is strong, she's powerful, and it's a kind of complex character that she does not want anybody to overpower her. Anyone who tries to come within that terrain, she cuts them off. All she's after is to retain and maintain her status as a strong woman who just wants to keep power and money to herself, and she can go to any extent to retain that. And the movie is also dealing with real life issues whereby people are kidnapping for ransom, and then it turns to something ugly, which is harvesting of our organs, etc., etc.
In the middle of the whole film.
So why don't you just fucking let her go? More reason why she has to die.
My name is Joshua Adigwe. I'm an actor on the set of The Black Harvest. The Black Harvest is actually a movie that has to do with a group of guys who work in an isolated place, like a building. You have different groups of goons, you have different categories of practitioners. When I mean practitioners, you have the doctors, you have the surgeons, you have the nurses, you have those who butcher people and all. So for my character Kaki, it's actually a character that has a lot to do with probably the son of a rich man who has been disowned by his own father. So Kaki is literally not into the business, but he's just trying to prove himself right to his own dad, to make him see reasons to believe he's still worthy to be called his son. He knows a bit about the operation, but in a nutshell, no one knows the deep side of the operation going on, because everyone is just here doing what they know how to do best.
My name is Michael Pankes John, and I played the character of Guntu on the set of Black Harvest. Guntu is a terrorist, sort of a kidnapper on this particular movie. We find ourselves actually trying to kidnap people for ransom and all of those. But at the end, in the film, you will get to discover that they are into a very, very deep shit. They are in what is actually much more than what they had expected that they were doing.
You have 4 days to bring some money. If not, we shall quote this impudent piece like this.
My name is Ola Shokweola, and I'm an actor, and I'm on the set of Black Harvest. I play the character 6, and my character, I would like to say, she is young, she's vain, she's free, she's a liberal person, right? And she really doesn't give a damn about a lot of things, including her life, right? So imagine, like, normally people are running away from being kidnapped, but she's literally put herself in this situation because she's just tired of life. And why? Because she's being trolled on the internet. Like, really? There's so many other issues that happen in life, but this character is just bothered because she's been trolled online, and yeah, she feels like, yeah, she needs to end her life because of that. Okay, now, so she finds herself in this kidnapped situation, and I guess everything just unveils, and she's like, oh wow, my life is not that bad after all. Like, worse things are happening, right? Like, you know, organs are being harvested and all of that. So really, my life must not be as bad as I thought it was.
My name is Peter Iang, and I play the role of Kofo in Black Harvest. Kofo is a pastor, but along the line, I think his calling just was nowhere to be found. He became a greedy person. He loved himself, loved money. You know, he's a smooth talker. You know, he's someone that likes to talk himself out of everything. If he doesn't know the answer to anything or know the solution to any problem, he just tries to sweet talk. He's a sly guy. I call him a sly guy. You know, he loved to put people's head together just to get an information he need out of their brain or something. He picks people's brains. You know, Kofo is a quietly dangerous person. You know, he takes advantage of every situation he finds himself.
My name is Tokwe Olowoniyo, and I play the character Nnenna. When I was doing my preparation, I grew up in the north, and I cast my mind back to an experience I had on a Sunday when I and my granddad were going to church. When I went to open our garage, and at the same moment there was an explosion that happened, and the effect of the explosion pushed me, and I hit my granddad. That was how far it was. And my dad, he just said, maybe we wouldn't go to church today. And then on the news, then I went to school the next day, and then we still saw stains of blood, meat, like actual humans. And then I went to church, and I heard that my friend's sister was one of the people that died. It was not someone that I didn't know, do you get? It was someone that I looked at a meat on the floor, and I'm like, this could be her body, because they couldn't find her complete parts. So this was me bringing an actual experience and being there. Like the scene we shot yesterday, just being there and listening to the sounds. And I was, you know, I just literally put myself in it. Like, I mean, Stanislavski, which is the magic. If this is where I am now, how would I feel? And I was literally just taking it in. Imagine if these people shouting are actual people that they picked up from the road. If this girl they just pulled up could be me. Like, I literally just put myself there and allowed the emotions coming. That was how I read it through. And I'm like, since reading it and I feel this way, in performing, I literally have to drop me and just be in it now. And that's what I've been doing.
My expectations for this movie, honestly, if I'm being honest, I'm being very sensitive now, that I don't give people the idea that they should go and be grabbing people and taking their organs because there's money there. I'm hoping that instead of making people do that, that it will actually get the government and get relevant agencies to get involved and understand that this might happen, or this is happening, and we really have to investigate and tighten medical regulations or regulations around the practice of organ transplant, because transplant tourism is a big thing. So yeah, when people on transplant waiting lists can't get the organs they need from the civilized world, They go to third world countries where nobody cares. There are loopholes everywhere, and then take what they can and go back. Somebody comes here, comes to Africa. Oh, I'm here for summer and stuff, with a broken down kidney, and they're flying back with brand new kidney from a 22-year-old that's now laying dead in the gutter somewhere.
This film in 10 years is going to make so much noise. It's going to be loud because we're just starting, and we can expand. So either we can turn it into anything, series, because this is just the first part of it. We're talking about kidnapping and organ trafficking. There's so many other things we can talk about too. So this movie in future, we see it as something very big. We can convert it to a series. We can do bigger, so many other things with it. So I see it, the cast and crew here growing and doing bigger jobs.
Because of the nature of story we're dealing with here, I don't think we would have had a better crew to do this, really, because it's quite technical, filming a story like this, and it's all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck, and everybody thinking on their feet, because ever-changing, ever-evolving story like this, things are changing, new things are coming into the story every day. So I don't think we could have gotten a better hands to do this than the set of people on this set. Everybody has been fantastic. And the location, I have to talk about the location. The story was very graphical when I read it. And then coming to the location, it looks like the script was written for the location, or the location was made for the script, because it's so perfect, it's so good. And it has been really, really true to life so far.
Finding location was a bit of a challenge, but we've literally found the perfect location. Obviously, because of the way our film is, about organ harvesting, it's about a den, it's a bit dark, it's a bit, gritty. We've got a lot of late night filming as well, so that's obviously a bit of a challenge. But as I said, we've got amazing cast and crew, so it doesn't really feel like it's work.
In terms of special effect makeup, we had to do a couple of things. There is the beginning of the film where we had to create a fake skin that the doctor character had to cut through, and we had to pump blood. It was so gory. Then we had other scenes where where people got stabbed, where they cut off someone's ears. So most of these things, some of the prosthetics, they were made before we got to set. So when we get to set, we know that all that is remaining is basically application of these prosthetics and blood.
Another very interesting part about the production design and the set building was not only restricted to this location, because at the time we needed to also even dress a van into an ambulance. Okay, so we had an ambulance that was not picture correct in terms of what the director was going for, and we had another van that was picture correct and with the idea of what the director was going for. But it wasn't originally an ambulance. So we need to take everything that was in an existing ambulance into this van and make it an ambulance. And so it was something I've never done before. So yeah, it was very challenging, but we made it happen. And we made a van that was not an ambulance into an ambulance. And it came out good, and everybody was happy, and we shot a good film.
The location is really huge. It's sitting on about 1 acre or 2, and so all the buildings are not arranged in the same pattern. They have corners and all that, and then with the idea that the producers are bringing, they want to see almost all the compound at the same time, and then sweeping through one area to the other. So we have to really light the entire compound. We brought the idea of using street lights and then tilting the color to sodium and all that. So we rigged the entire compound with a lot of street lights because the buildings are really high. So we took the street light at the top of the building, so they are looking down, and then there are a lot of fireplaces here and there, and then we created our moon to light up the exterior nights. Basically, that's one of the major challenge because the place is huge and you can't have a particular place lit and the other dark. So for what we do, it has to look real. It has to look like this is it. So it has to be something that when you look at it, you feel like I have been in this compound before. I've been in a place like this before.
My experience of filming on the set as a sound recordist has been good so far. No too much challenge. We don't really have any problem with sound. Our sound is good so far. Everything, the coordination, everything has been perfect. So far it's been good.
Film is the reflection of the society, what happens in the society. And it's also a correctional tool to tell people this is bad and this is what you will get when you do bad. And when you do good, this is what you get when you do good. So I'm not going to give you what this film will be in 10 years. I'm going to tell you what this film will be in 100 years. People will still go back to this film, one, as a study material. Two, as what was, how things went bad and where we got to in Nigeria and where we are, whatever year that time will be.
Black Harvest is a fun film. It's very entertaining. It has all the action, all the gore, all the horror, and at the same time it has a very sensitive and conscious core. It takes on a very serious message with a very light-hearted, action-packed boboti inside it.
It's a must-watch movie. Everyone must come out and watch this for once because it is it's a real intense movie dealing with real life issues, and it's definitely worth watching once.
Make sure you watch it because it'll change your life.
Watch out for Black Harvest when it's out.
Make sure you don't miss it.
This is a must-watch film. I tell you all, ladies and gentlemen, you must watch this.
Make sure you see this film because words can explain how awesome and how great the film Black Harvest is.
This movie will harvest your souls. Greg says so. You know how I do what I do when I do what I do. Boom!